Alright guys, a little bit weird video here today because I'm looking through my phone and my GameEye app. I was having a conversation yesterday about how incredible the PS3 is to collect for. And it's absolutely crazy. On any other system, it's not like this. And even the Xbox 360, which was its contemporary, prices have gone up on the Xbox 360, but not on the PS3. The PS3 is the cheapest system that you could possibly collect for right now, I think. If you look at the most popular games on any given system, typically they hold their value even if they sold millions of copies. You look at something like the Wii, which sold more systems than the PS3 and sold more games than the PS3, and yet the games are still more expensive. If you look at some of the tentpole stuff, some of the the major franchises like your Mario Karts, your Smash Brothers, your Mario Wii, Mario Galaxy, Zelda Skyward Sword, Metroid Prime Trilogy, games like that, they hold their value. They're $30, $40, $50. And the same on the GameCube. Something like Mario Sunshine is pretty much at its MSRP of $50, $60 of what it would have cost to buy brand new back in the day. But the games on the PlayStation 3, they seem to have hit the bargain bin a couple of years after they came out and just stayed there. So, I'm just gonna flip through my GameEye here, and you have to understand the prices you see in GameEye here are not necessarily what you're going to pay out in the real world. These prices are, first of all, this is Canadian prices that you're seeing here, so you can subtract 30% if you're in the USA. But if you are at a pawn shop or a thrift store where you're finding PS3 games all the time, most of those places have flat rate pricing for systems like PS3, and everything in the library is $5. Except for, most of the time pawn shops don't even look up the games. They just put them bulk on the shelf for $3 or $4 or $5 or $6, and they don't even bother looking them up. But let's just take a look at some of the prices of the games here, and I'll call out some of the stuff that's super iconic. Here we go. Uncharted. So Uncharted Dual Pack. This is Uncharted 1 and Uncharted 2, and it also has the cardboard sleeve around it. $14 for 2 games. Uncharted 3, $6. Now, if you were to ask somebody, what are the most iconic games on the PlayStation 3 or of the entire generation of the PS3 and 360, Uncharted would be one of the first things to come to people's minds. Games like Uncharted, BioShock, Borderlands, Mass Effect. These are the types of games that people remember on the system. Here we have Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. $22 is one of the more expensive games on the system. Now, are there games on the PS3 that are actually expensive, like $100 or something? Sure, there are a few. But, looking at here, Transformers War for Cybertron, this one's sitting at $57 right now. But it's probably going to be re-released on Xbox here pretty soon after the Xbox merger. We've heard rumors of, these coming back out, which means quite possibly they will also be released digitally on PlayStation as well. And the prices of this are going to go down. Tomb Raider, $15. Let's see what else we have here. We got some RPGs, Tales of games. Tales of Xillia, $19. Syndicate, $13. Okay, here we have Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection, $9. Like, there's like 30 Sega Genesis games on here, if not more, and it's $9. And honestly, if you find this in a pawn shop, it's probably $5. Sonic Generations, fantastic game, $14. Again, probably $5. I was playing a fair bit of The Sims 3 this week. Sorry, wrong one. Playing a fair bit of The Sims 3 this week. I picked this game up for $3.50, and it's worth apparently $9. You like racing games? I picked up Sega Rally here for I think it was $4. It's worth apparently $17, but you wouldn't need to pay that. Need for Speed Shift 2, I think I paid $4 for. Resistance and Resistance 2, iconic Sony franchises, $9 and $13. You like Resident Evil? Resident Evil 5 and 6, $9 and $10. Red Dead Redemption, $16, but I think I paid $5. Ratchet and Clank games are a little more expensive out there. You might have to pay $10 or $15 for them, but still pretty darn cheap. Portal 2, paid $5. It's apparently worth $10. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, if you have that Smash Brothers craving on PlayStation, worth $10. Ninja Gaiden games, $9, $13. Need for Speed The Run, fantastic game, $9. You'll probably pick it up for $3. Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch, one of the best JRPGs of all time, worth $8. Need for Speed Most Wanted, this game on Xbox 360 right now has gone crazy. It's worth like 6 times what it is on PS3, so eventually PS3 is going to catch up to that. Oops. I just jumped a whole bunch. Where are we? We were at the M's for Mortal Kombat. Need for Speed The Run, Mortal Kombat. So I have the regular edition of Mortal Kombat and the Mortal Kombat Complete Edition. And even the Complete Edition is only worth less than $10 or $20, and you'll probably find it for $5. Minecraft and Minecraft Story Mode, $12 and $13. Midnight Club, fantastic game. I was playing this with my cousin Michael, and it really holds up. I picked it up for $5. It's worth $20 apparently, but everything's $5 on the PS3, right? Like Little Big Planet 2, Little Big Planet Karting, surprisingly underrated game. You like your Lego games? I've got a shit ton of them here that I paid $3 to $5 for. All of these. There's like 10, 12 of them, all under $5. Last of Us, $5 game. L.A. Noire, $5 game. Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. If you like World of Warcraft and you like Skyrim and you wish they could have a baby, this is the game for you. $5 any day. Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5. These games I picked up for, I believe they were $7. Infamous, Eco and Shadow of the Colossus collection I picked up for $10, I think. What do we got here? Grand Theft Auto 4 and 5 were like $5 each. Gran Turismo 6, I think, was $7. Gran Turismo 5 was $5. The God of War collection was like $10. Just absolutely crazy how cheap all this stuff is. Okay, so Folklore was not cheap. I had to pay like $50 for that. But Final Fantasy 13, Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2, And Final Fantasy 13-2 were all $5 games. Fallout New Vegas, $5. Far Cry compilation, I think I paid $10, and that's 3 games. Skyrim, it's $9 here for the Legendary Edition, and I think I paid $5. I have 2 different copies of Oblivion, Game of the Year Edition. I just picked up the other day in a bundle that worked out to $4. Dragon Age Inquisition was like $4. I have 2 copies of that. Tron Evolution, fantastic game if you like parkour, and it was easily no more than $5. Diablo, I have Diablo 3 and the Reaper of Souls Ultimate Edition. They were both $5. Dead Space 1, 2, and 3, all $5 each. Call of Duty games. The Call of Duty games on the PS3 are fantastic. Modern Warfare 2 and 3 are some of the best couch co-op experiences you can have with a buddy on the couch. Call of Duty Ghosts has some great multiplayer maps. Black Ops 1 and 2, great multiplayer maps. The single-player campaigns are good in these games compared to what we're getting these days. All in all, they're fantastic games to go back to, especially if you have a buddy on the couch with you. And, they're all $5, $6, $7 each. Borderlands 1, 2, and pre-sequel, $5 each. BioShock 1, 2, and Infinite, $5 each. They're just absolutely crazy. Bayonetta, fantastic game on the PS3, and it was, I think I paid $8 for Bayonetta. Batman, Arkham City, and Arkham Asylum, fantastic games, $5 each. Every Assassin's Creed game, we've got Brotherhood, Black Flag, 1, 2, and 3. I paid $3 for most of these. Alien Isolation here, I picked up for $10. Alice was more expensive. Alice Madness Returns, it's a pretty expensive game because it's rare. But as you can see, like 90+% of the library here was $3 to $7. And that's really the point I want to make. If you are looking for an affordable library to start collecting for and get a large volume of games that are playable, enjoyable, and honestly the most iconic games in the library are cheap as hell. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Stay classy.